Welcome to our first tutorial for the Helios 3D electrical planning. Before we can start planning real layouts, we have to add some components to the database, which are basically needed for creating electrical plannings. For that we open the component management, and here for this tutorial we create some demo components. Please note that on the current state of development we just need to enter very few inputs, but it is recommended entering any known data if you want to reuse any component in later Helios versions. So in this place we leave out some data you can add on your own. First we start with an inverter. We right-click the component list and say New base component. And we can enter the name for our inverter, inv demo. The next important thing we have to do is we have to set the component type from other to inverter. Here we have multiple inputs which can be set, but at the moment we just need to set the input count maybe to 8. As I already said, it is recommended filling out the complete data set, so you can reuse the inverter in later versions. For the moment we say OK, and we already have our inverter. Now we create a cable, and we call it cable copper 16 millimeters square for the demo. The component type of course is cable, and here we just need to set the conductor material to copper. The other inputs are not needed at the moment, but here again enter as much as you can. Maybe we create another cable type, maybe cable copper 8 millimeters square demo, and again it's cable copper. In later tutorials we will see that we can add multiple devices on some points, so I created a second cable as well. Now we add a combiner box. We name it combiner demo. Component type is combiner box, and here again we just have to enter the input count value, and we use 8. At the moment that's the only input needed or used by Helios 3D. Now we need a transformer. Call it transform demo. Component type of course is transformer, and these values are not used yet, but they will be needed by the calculations we offer in the future. Now we have all our basic components. There's just one element missing, that's the grid, but for reason a grid is an abstract component and not a physical device, it has to be created in the choice list module. So we open the choice list module here, and we go to the point electrical grid, and we right click here and say new, and we insert demo 1000,3, and as a description demo grid 1000 volts 3 phases. These inputs are not used at the moment too, but because it's only just 2 of them, we already enter here 1000 and the 3. Okay, now we have the basic elements we need for the electrical planning, and we can continue with the real planning in our next tutorials.